Hi, and welcome to our channel. Our comparison today will be between the Vongo 5 and the Vongo 6, both shoes from New Balance. They're max cushioning stability trainers, and here we go. I love our location because it's beside a lake. It has a lot of variable terrain. Most of it is going uphill, which means you'll be coming downhill. It's about a mile and a half going up and a mile and a half coming back down. So that will be about 3 miles run for both shoes, which will total about 6 miles on the day. First one up is the Vongo 6. It has fresh foam X in the midsole, 37 millimeters in the heel, and 31 millimeters in the forefoot. It also has a EVA plate in the midsole, which helped to make this run very easy. And next up is the Von Go 5. It has fresh foam X, 37 millimeters in the heel, and 29 in the forefoot, giving it a 8 millimeter drop. Hardest part of the run was resisting the temptation to keep going. As you can see, it's a gorgeous cloudy day. Here's the top of the basin. Trying the six, I had this bright idea to go and touch the clouds. And there I was struggling with the decision to go touch the clouds. Trust me, they look closer than they were. Because after I got down to the bottom of the ramp, then I realized I was not even close. Hi, so the first comparison of the shoe will be the upper material. This is the Vongo 6 as I had shown you in the previous videos, and here it is. The upper material is substantial and it has a lot of overlays. None of it was stitched because I guess they figured heat transference could happen with the stitching, but none of it is stitched. The toe box area feels so much more durable. I don't know. I'm hoping you can see this, but if I press on the Vongo 5, you can almost see the layer beneath. But when I squeeze on the Vongo 6, it's so much more durable. It feels so much more substantial. The next part I'll compare is the sock liner. This is a microfiber, a very much upgraded microfiber that's very absorbed, that can absorb a lot of moisture and let out a lot of heat. For my trusted Von Go 5, it's a simpler microfiber that does the job too. Now, the tongue of both shoes are perforated just in different ways. Here we go, and here's this one. This one is less, the Vongo 5 is less breathable than the Vongo 6, but it's really negligible because they're actually reinforced with multiple materials, the foam and then another fabric. So it's not as breathable as the toe box. If I was to hazard a guess, I would say that the you would get a lot of heat loss in the Vongo 5 than in the Vongo 6, but that's just a guess. And if you look on the sides, you'll also see that the 6, even though I feel like the sides are not as breathable as the toe area, you can see that the sides of the Vongo 5 is less breathable than that of the 6. It's lighter material, but less breathable, which means that through transference, you can actually get cooler in this shoe than in this shoe. This one will hold the heat in the shoe, and that's not a knock on the shoe because when I went running on them, I really appreciated it. As you can see, it was an overcast day, kind of cold. Different use of heel tab material for the different types of heel tab. As you can see, this one is just an extension of the plastic and then it has a little bit of cushioning on it. This one has actually it's not even a part of the heel tab. This is just a different cushion, like it's sewn on there and it's got nothing in it. It's just cushioning. One thing what I think contributes to the Vongo 5 being lighter than the Vongo 6 is the lighter upper materials that they used. Like I said, they used lighter materials. This one just feels a lot more substantial than this one. So more durable and warmer, lighter and cooler. Can I think of anything else? And that's it for the upper materials. In the midsole, the Fresh Foam X in combination with the EVA plate creates a whole new platform underneath your feet, which gives you a lot of balance. In the Von Go 5, if you look at the midsole foam, it just molds to your feet. And I would like to highlight the toe off in the Von Go 6. As you can see, the foam compresses in the toe area. It's just it does not compress as much
due to the drop and also the plate in or lack thereof in the Vongo 5. On the lateral side, if you notice, the slightly raised borders help keep your feet aligned. Forgive my lack of balance. Um, this is a feature that's available also in the Vongo 5. It has a slightly raised border that helps guide your feet, so that no matter how you land, the borders would keep your foot in line. As you can see, both shoes have pretty decent rockers. I'll turn the heel. The Vongo 5 is just a hair thinner than in the heel than the Vongo 6, but pretty much the same through the forefoot. And here I want to point out the heel strike. Here's the Vongo 6. It has a lot of reinforced rubber in the outsole, in the outer heel of the outsole, as you can see whenever I elevate my heel. And here's the Vongo 5. It actually shows the heel strike um, more in the video in this video. If you notice, the heels are striking and collapsing more to the outside of the shoe. And I raised the heel just to show the rubber that's being applied and the way it's applied by the shoe company. And in this video, I'm just showing the rubber that they use to protect the toe area. Um, and here it is for the Van Gogh 5. And finally, the part that I really want to talk about, the outsole. As you can see, there's a different application in the rubber for both of them. As you can see in the Van Gogh 6, there's twice as much exposed foam as the Van Gogh 5. And if you look at the heel, where generally people who overpronate strike, which is this part, and if you look at this part of the shoe, you can see that there's more rubber, and in fact, it's applied more aggressively, more than any other part except for the toe off area. Now, very important, the reason why I wanted to talk about it, and as you can see the application, the difference. Um, this foam, right, the darker rubber feels the same, but when I was reading up, I heard that it was two different kind of rubbers, and this is supposed to be more stronger rubber. I love the way they put a lot more of this stronger rubber in the toe off area. That's another characteristic of a person who overpronates a very, very strong toe off. And I think that's probably the reason why I like shoes where I can actually feel my toe off rather than not. And if you take a look at these, like I said, I am happy with what they did here. If you look at the midsole, oh, careful. If you look right there, that's where the most wear happens in my shoe, and that's because I'm going into my toe off. And lately, I've been working hard on becoming a more of a midfoot striker, so there's more downward pressure here. I have not run enough in this shoe for it to make a difference, but I think New Balance believes that this is enough rubber to do what this does. As I mentioned, if you look right there, that's pretty much my hot zone, and that would be here somewhere. And even though there's not enough wear for me to see it, um, I trust New Balance that they did their research and they know what they're doing. Now, the part, and as I mentioned, the toe off area, this area right here, as you can see, there's less foam. In fact, there's a groove right there. There's grooves, but these grooves are shallow. The groove here, now, like I said, I'm sure New Balance did their research, they know what they're doing. I just know that if you look at any of my other shoes, the toe off area is pretty much maybe even a little bit more than this yellow. It probably comes all the way down to here. And if you go across, this is what I have, all this space. I don't know how that will affect the run. It did not affect it because, like I said, when with the plate in the midsole foam, it feels like a whole new surface. It does not feel like um, it does not feel. It feels like I'm running on a whole new surface. It does not feel like I'm running on ground. It feels like I'm running on a whole new surface. So, um, the more I run in it, maybe I'll notice something different. But like I said, if I was to make a judgment right now, looking at both shoes, I would trust the Van Gogh 5 over the Van Gogh 6 based on just the way they patterned the rubber on the outsole. Like I said, the outer heel, the more durable rubber. I like the way they did the heel in the Vongo 6. Because really, this is the only part you really have to worry about. There are some of my shoes where this part of the shoe looks almost untouched, while this part of the shoe is just gone, right? So you land here, you roll into here, and then go into your toe off. And I like this part of the Vongo 6 a lot. Not more than this, but I like this part a lot. I think they did excellent here. This part, on the other hand, I think I have more confidence in the Vongo 5. I've not put enough miles in the Vongo 6 to actually make a actual judgment. So, with all of this said, what do I think of the Vongo 6? I think that it's a very good shoe, especially now that they're incorporating the EVA plate. What I think is missing is as you go into your steps, it feels like you settle into your steps, right? Almost as if you lose some momentum. Um, but and what I think would remedy that is just like how the Nova Blast has a score right there, Nova Blast 3, Nova Blast 4, the Axon, the Axon 3 also has a score right there. I'll include the images. I think that would help this shoe's performance a lot. I really like this shoe. The arch support is not intrusive. It's actually a really good shoe. I like this shoe a lot so far, but in my humble opinion, I would use this for a daily trainer, easy day kind of shoe, while this one will still be my go fast day shoe. I just feel more nimble in this shoe. And actually, this shoe is 2 ounces, I think 2.5 ounces heavier than this shoe. The 6 is 2.5 ounces heavier than the 5. Like I said, I would use this for something like a easy day. Nothing where I have to pick up the speed. I will stick with this, the Vongo 5. But I do like this shoe a lot. I like the potential in it. Maybe if I put a few more miles in it, lose a little bit of rubber, weight, air, all the other stuff, maybe it would be a better ride. But as for right now, like I said, they serve two different purposes in my rotation, and we'll see how it works out. Maybe I'll make another review after, because I've done a little less than 30 miles now. Maybe when I cross 100 miles, I'll make another review, or if I feel there's a difference, because there comes a point where there will be a difference, and I'll make a video then. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate the viewership. Like, share, subscribe. Have a good day.